Stop! Don't make any sudden moves, dear. Come on, fella. What are you doing chasing people, huh? You need to be more civil, especially to such a lovely stranger. Why don't you go back home? I bet your family's wondering your whereabouts. Sorry about that. He comes poking around from time to time. I didn't even hear you enter the yard. I was so engrossed in my book that I lost track of time. What am I reading? Advanced English. I'm brushing up for my exam. I like cloistering myself here because it's so quiet and abandoned. Nature has reclaimed it most efficaciously. My concentration scatters from too much noise, and retreating here keeps me focused. Where are my manners? My name is Alastor. I'm a student at the university. I didn't catch your name. The pleasure is all mine. So I told you my reason for being in this isolated place, but I don't know yours. You're a paranormal investigator. What's fascinating happenstance? I also study the spiritual world in my free time. You desire to inspect this property? Ooh, such a thrilling proposition. If I may be so forthright, may I join in the venture? I need a break from studying anyway. Marvelous. Well, if vandalism is a sign of a haunting, this is your place. People have no scruples, I swear. A lock-picking kit? The way this place looks, its barricades were breached years ago. See, it's open. Ooh, even though the sun's overhead, it's so dark inside. You have a flashlight? Smart. Are you certain you want to go in there? It could be unsafe. Loose floorboards, dry rot, or weak beams. What if the ceiling collapses? Then what? I'm your lookout. Well, who's going to look out for me? I could twist my ankle in there. Well, yes, I was eager to assist. But now that I see how creepy it is, I'm unsure. No, I will not wait for you outside the door. The fact of the matter is, even though I'm hesitant, I can't knowingly let you enter a potentially risky situation alone. Therefore, I will accompany you inside, begrudgingly, but I have a gentlemanly duty. Give me the light. I'll enter first. I just walked right into a curtain of spider webs. So, how are you planning to identify spiritual activity in here? Hey, Gad! That contraption is as burdensome as a Federal Telephone and Telegraph Model 61 radio. Wow! Look at all those tubes and batteries. I bet this thing gets hotter than a skillet. It's an Ululometer. How does it work? It clicks incessantly when a spirit is near. It senses something. Truthfully, I'm a bit nervous in this room now. Oh, it was just my shadow. Grabbing some items from your satchel. What's got you interested in the other side? Oh. And what drew me to the studies of spirits? Well, look around. There are so many natural occurrences with everything. Season changes, luck, disasters. There's an ebb and flow, and there have to be sapient energies behind it all. I've spent who knows how many hours in libraries studying the subject, and somewhere along the way, I learned about demons. No, it's quite safe. I've worked alongside them for many years, and am a self-proclaimed authority. I even know how to approach the most surly and dangerous ones. Did you hear that? It came from upstairs. You want to check it out? I'll carry the Ululometer upstairs. So, how much do you know about this house's history? Well, yes, there have been reports about sightings, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Supposedly, terrible things happened within these walls. Based on what the spirits have conveyed to me by way of a Ouija board, an axe-wielding devil worshipper lured his victims here, the New Orleans mutilator. You've heard about him, but sometimes the replies from the board are dicey, so I'm not quite sure. Me? Do I look like a maniac like that? Of course not. Besides, that was years ago. He'd be an old man by now. That is, had he lived. He was taken down by vigilantes after years of terror. You really didn't know that detail. You must conduct your research. Look at all the deadbolts on this door. What could be behind there? Wants to try your hand at picking them? I could get that last one. It was always tricky. It's pitch black in here. I hope your flashlight's up to it. The air's thick with dust. Ugh, it stinks. What's that over there? It's an altar. A demonic one, to be specific. I recognize these sigils and images. I'm afraid to rest this contraption anywhere. The furniture looks like it's rotted. I think the floor may suffice. Look on the ground. It's a giant's pentacle, drawn in old blood. There's a lot of it, too. Oh, look, over there. There's broken glass on the floor. It's an old photograph. I guess the rats knocked it over. Huh? There's something behind it. An old newspaper clipping. It says, "Local slasher still at large. October 31st, 1925. Orleans Parish. Another body has been discovered just outside the city on this spookiest of days. Shortly after midnight, police received information leading to a body in the brush near the bayous on the eastern outskirts of New Orleans. The body, as yet unidentified, displays similar injuries as the previous victims found in other remote areas of the Crescent City. Investigators said the wounds are consistent with those inflicted by an axe and were most likely committed by the same individual. Though not official, newspapers have begun referring to this killer as the New Orleans Mutilator. A pattern has yet to be established as to how this disturbed individual chooses his targets. Police Chief Bowman said in a briefing earlier this month. Law enforcement officials theorize that the victims may have met their ends elsewhere, as there's little blood at the places of discovery. Since June of this year, there have been 4 verified victims of this so-called mutilator. Traces of human remains have been located in bayous and surrounding parishes, which were likely consumed by local wildlife. Police Chief Bowman encourages everyone to remain vigilant and cautious. How frightening. I wonder why somebody would keep that article hidden in a frame. You really think this was the mutilator's hideouts where he offed people? Maybe he kept that newspaper clipping as a memento. We should leave. I really have to get back to reading. There's something else in the frame. It's an eyewitness account of a physical description. Male, early to mid-20s, auburn hair, glasses, lean, and over 6 feet tall, seen dragging something into the woods just after dusk. Well, that sounds uncannily like me. But how could I be the killer? I'm just an upstanding college student, the boy next door. I asked before, and I'll ask again. Do I look like a killer? No, I don't. And that's precisely what makes it so easy. You just couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? You're such a curious kitty. Yes, I did mention that the killer was stopped by vigilantes. And I have the bloody scar on my forehead, hidden behind my bangs, to prove it. The Ululometer's going crazy. You're so pale. Are you ascertaining this now? That's right. I'm a ghost. Or actually, a demon. A very malevolent demon. I return to this place regularly because it holds such dear memories for me. Although no one ever connected my crimes with this house, the city has condemned it for demolition. It saddens me greatly. But you know what else saddens me? I can't let you leave. I fancy you, and I think I'd like you to stick around. It's been so long since I indulged in my vice. You get to witness it firsthand. You have a proposition for me. Ah, you speak my language. You want to write about the mutilator? Introduce me to a new generation. You'll even include mention about this house, which may bestow upon it historical significance. It would be nice if this place was spared, and more people would learn about me and my crimes. I do crave fame. How can I trust you'll write such a piece? You yearn for fame too. Ah, you want to be the best-known paranormal investigator, and rekindling my story would assure your prominence. Sounds like a win-win situation for us both. You, my dear, have got yourself a deal. Because we've had physical contact, I now have a direct connection with you, and will be able to find you wherever you go. I will check in with you from time to time to see your progress. Don't try reneging either. You don't want to cross me. I do appreciate you volunteering to tell my story. Do your research and write your pretty little heart out. Farewell for now. Ha ha ha.